Hi everybody, welcome to Shotgun Gaming and welcome to Desperados 3. I'm extremely excited to play this game. I just finished it, actually, for the first time, for my blind playthrough that I did live. You can watch the live streams if you want to see my blind playthrough, but now we're gonna dive into this and do this on hard difficulty. This is a stealth strategy game in the veins of Commandos, if you had been around for that series of, or Shadow Tactics maybe even. I think it's the same guys that are making this. So anyway, without further ado, we're gonna do a complete playthrough. You see I've completed everything, but we are gonna do everything on hard now, because I love this game so much and I want to finish this on hard as well. Alright, let's start with chapter 1. You're gonna see it's also an interesting story that accompanies this game. And just in case you want to see, these are the difficulty sliders here. So we have many enemies, difficult enemies, low health, low ammo, and we are getting detected very quickly. We still retain unlimited amount of saves because, yeah, I don't know, I really do not want to limit my amount of saves. I would go crazy. And we can pause the game because that's essential to it. Alright, so let's play the entire Commandos game on hard difficulty. Let's go. So we start with Once Upon a Time. A few miles past the Mexican border, the ruins of an old village fringe the cliffs of Devil's Canyon. Rumor has it that an infamous outlaw has his hideout here, a man who only goes by the name of Frank. Oh man, this guy, you're gonna see. Today, two riders approach from the desert, bounty hunters who've made it their mission to bring Frank in, dead or alive. Will they succeed where others failed, or will they end up as food for the vultures? Let's go find out. Now you will get to meet John Cooper Sr. and Jr., which are the protagonists. Well, one of them is the protagonist in this game. You're gonna see what I mean by the end of this mission, I think. That would be Cooper Sr. dismounting his horse right now.
Johnny, you're straggling. Come on.
Right behind you, Pa.
I'm going on ahead. You follow. Keep your head down.
Yes, sir.
Alright, and so it starts. We are but a child right now. I don't know if the tutorial is on. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, you know what? In case you want to buy this, I'm gonna show you the tutorial as well. Move camera with the mouse, yeah. Easy stuff.
Sure.
And then there are those control spots here. You can read about the viewcon of the enemy. I'm not gonna read it, I'm gonna show you. That's the viewcon of the enemy.
Need to be sneaky about this.
It's two colored. You can see a light green and a dark green that has lines. The light green means they see you no matter what. The dark green means they see you only if you are standing or if you do something illegal. Let's call it something that's not good anyway.
Leave it.
So we're gonna try and avoid this guy. We're gonna save very often. I'm just gonna run past him now. Man, these early levels feel easy right now. You cannot even imagine what I had to do just half an hour before I started recording this. Alright, quick load and save, yeah. That's recommended by the game.
That's my boy. Now stay close. There's another up ahead.
On my way.
What's the game gonna teach us now? The coin flip. Yeah, sure. We can throw a coin to distract enemies.
Attention elsewhere.
Sure. I'll throw one of my coins.
Good idea. Get him to turn his head. I'll do the rest.
Now see this white radius? This is as far as we can throw the coin, and the blue radius is as far as the coin will be heard. So if I throw it here, this guy will not hear it. If I throw it here, he will, and he will turn his head towards it. And then watch my dad take over, I guess.
Need some change?
You hear that?
And boom goes the bandit.
It's now or never.
Remember, think slow, act fast.
We always hide the body.
You've been paying attention.
I got this.
So, what now, Dad?
Follow me. Keep your head down.
Yeah, you can press space to crouch or stand up.
Sure. Let's go.
I can speed up time by pressing X. I'm gonna do this a lot so you guys do not get bored. Okay, showdown mode. Yeah, what is this? You press shift and time goes still. Right now the game prompts you to throw a coin at a horse. You wonder why, but watch what happens if I aggravate that horse. It kicks its leg back. So imagine what would happen if somebody were to be standing behind it right at the
Glad I picked up these.
most unfortunate moment.
Heads or tails?
Like that. By the way, that's considered an accident.
Sure. No problem.
So enemies will not react to that too badly. They'll think that...
How many men does Frank have?
Doesn't matter, boy. One-on-one, you always got a chance. You just gotta thin out the pack.
Right. On my way.
So as I was saying, accidents will not aggravate enemies. You can do them.
No surprise there. All right, son. Time for a challenge. See that ladder up there? I need you to throw it down for me.
Alright. The game teaches me to zoom now. You can see there's a ladder here that I need to throw down.
It's now or never.
The way I do this... Oh, by the way, let me press H and highlight all things. See what happens now. Everything that I can interact with is highlighted. I'm gonna use this so you guys know what's happening at all times and what strategic options I have.
On my way.
Good job. That's my boy.
It was easy. I'll get it done.
Keep your head down. There's more of them.
Alright, Viewcon 2. Oh, you know what? I already told you. This screen just adds one thing. If you are crouched on a rooftop, you can never be seen by anybody below.
My way.
Alright, so the game just wants to make sure that we crouch, because see what's happening here.
Find a way to sneak through.
They are watching everything very closely up to this point, but after the trees, no, not the trees, the bushes, they can only see, well, part way. So only if you're standing. If I stand, they will start detecting me. That's why I'm crouching. Now I have to find a way around these guys.
It's now or never.
So let's do a trick here. I want to go here.
You know, old Hutch. His only friend is...
Oh, it's not working. Okay. The game hasn't introduced me up to now to the point, to the mechanic of watching everybody's cone at the same time, but okay. So let's go as close as I can.
Money'd be on Hutch. He's as mean as they come. Quick, too.
And I want to climb this stair, so I'm going to direct their attention over here. Maybe let's get a bit closer
Still got plenty
so I can throw it right behind him.
Turn around. Sure. Let's go.
And I'm gone.
Come out, you whiskey-stealing, piss-gulping sow!
I'm right here, you
Oh,
worthless
my
drunk.
butt hurts.
Let's settle this.
Oh, you hear that? It's about to go down. Come on.
Alright, and everybody seems to be distracted by this duel right now,
Stealing what's rightfully mine.
which we don't really care about. We're gonna go around it.
On my way.
You don't scare me, you half-wit inebriate.
See the one in the back, near the cliff? Find a way to distract him with your coin. Then I can take them both out.
Alright, so my job is to distract this guy on the top of our screen. I'm just gonna go around this area. I do not worry about anybody seeing me because I'm crouched and I'm on high ground. And as I told you, high ground and crouching equals invisible in this game.
One fake coin coming up.
Now he turns around and my father does the rest of the job. He's gonna punch him here. Yeah, you see, he can't use his knife.
Tie him up and quick before he comes to.
Sure thing.
He can't use his knife because he threw it. The game is realistic that way. You do not have endless knives.
Good job. Now hide him in the bushes.
And I would just hide the body. That's like a core mechanic of this game.
Let's go.
Yeah, the game just teaches us how to hide bodies. We can hide them in all kinds of places. Like doors, trap doors, anything.
Leave it to me.
We gotta get moving.
On my way.
I don't know if you can actually fall down and die there.
Where'd they all come from?
Don't matter. See that crane up there?
Yeah,
How about you go over there and make a delivery?
coming right up, sir.
Now what he means is this mechanism is a trap. I can activate it and these three guys are goners.
I'll get
So let's go around them.
I got this.
I'm gonna wait just a little more.
Sure.
No, don't stand up.
It's now or never.
By the way, you can run next to enemies. It doesn't make any sound if you run. Unless you run in water.
Get it done.
Yeah, the game wants me to highlight everything. I've already done that, so no need to. So let's activate the trap and see what happens.
I did it.
Nice job, son. Now stay right there. I'll come to you.
And you can see he uses that door to come out this one, right? That's happening often, especially in complex missions.
Good job, boy. You know the drill. You wait till I'm back.
Thought I was ready this time.
Next time, I bet.
You said the same thing last time. Why can't I come with you? Just give me a gun.
A gun, huh? I want to see you hit that tree from 15 paces.
Yep, needs work. But he'll get better. Much better.
When you pull that off, you're ready for a gun. See you later, Johnny.
And wouldn't you know it, he will actually get two guns instead of one. Ah, he will become amazing, you will see. Little John Cooper will grow up very soon. But before we do that, before we see him grow up, we will see something that traumatized his life. Chapter 1, The Doctor and the Bride.
Pick her clean, boys. Take everything that shines and anything what could drink a man's life.
By the way, I don't know why the game skipped a cutscene. Hopefully I can show it to you in editing. But what happened here, there was a guy called Frank that actually shot and killed John Cooper's father. And now the whole game is us trying to get revenge on that Frank guy. And that guy in the purple is Doc McCoy, for those of you who know this series. We'll get to meet him soon, worry not.
Shoot him dead, boys!
But let's not worry about McCoy right now. Let's worry about Cooper.
Ah, another notch for Big Ann! Okay, leave some for me!
Which begs the question, of course, where the heck is Cooper?
wonder what's in here.
We do not wonder what's in there. What a badass moment.
Something tells me you ain't here punching tickets.
Oh man, this game is cheesy as heck, but I love it.
Seems like we made an unplanned stop. I'd better go find out what's holding us up.
Alright, and Mr. John Cooper on a mission. Let's start.
All right, gonna have to sneak my way up to the front of the train.
So, we are learning about the knife knockout. We can throw the knife, or we can go up close and hit a guy. Now, actually, I cannot throw it yet. I can only kill him like that, because the game doesn't allow me. It's a tutorial.
Scratch one. You're heavy.
Now, though, we're gonna learn how to throw it as well. Yep, and I'm gonna show you what's interesting about this. If you hit a guy up close with a knife, if you run up to him, watch the blue circle. It's not too big. If you throw the knife, however, it's much bigger, so it makes a loud noise. You gotta be careful about that.
Someone's about to lose a few teeth.
Now, the other guys are not watching me, so I do not really worry about them.
Wheelbarrows? Man, these folks sure came prepared. All right, better get up top. Let's get going.
Alright, one guy down. Or two guys down, actually. Three guys down, if you count the one in the intro. Oh, we are an agent of death. And that is not gonna change throughout the game. Now, let's jump down to the friendlies. These are friendlies, by the way.
You scared me. Can you help us?
You see the green ones.
Take your life and your money.
Alright, revolvers. Now the game teaches us to shoot the guns, I guess. Although, should I? Yeah, what the heck. Why not? Bye.
Someone call the Undertaker. Here he comes.
Oh, wait. Did I actually sound the alarm?
Things will get noisy. Adios, amigos.
Thank you, stranger.
Find a place to hide.
Alright, I could do it without raising the alarm, obviously. I just
Thin down the pack before I get loud.
wanted to show you what the game wanted me to show you right now.
Sure thing.
Don't you move, buddy.
Let's not do anything we might regret.
Man, I love McCoy's voice. So, and here we come to one of Cooper's special abilities. I didn't use that too much, to be honest with you, because it's loud, but
Take them both down at the same time.
it's nice to have. So I enter Showdown mode, I pause the game, and then one bullet for this guy with one gun, and one bullet for this guy with the other one. And now we execute both of them at once.
Well, I'd say you owe me one. Hey now, are you kidding me?
I'd say we're even now. Now I suggest you return to your wagon. I'll handle things from here.
Well, like you handled those two?
Listen, Mr.
Cooper.
Mr. Cooper, I've been hired to make sure this train gets to Flagstone. I'd appreciate it if you don't get in my way.
Well, now, Mr.
McCoy. Dr. McCoy.
Right, Dr. McCoy. The way I see it, there's only one way forward, and I gotta get to Flagstone, too.
Suit yourself. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Alright, and now you see what we have to traverse the rest of the mission ahead. I like how the game does that. Gives you an overview of what lies ahead.
So, looks like the bandits blocked the tunnel.
Why do you think the train stopped? It's gonna take some work to clear those rocks. Good thing they have a stash of dynamite up on that plateau.
Yeah, grab it and clear the tunnel. Not such a bad plan.
I don't do bad plans.
Fair enough. Let's get to it then.
Sure thing.
Alright, so now we can select both of them.
It's now or never.
Move them like that. And now we're starting to get to the interesting parts of the game. Because we are gonna have guys watching each other. Like this guy is being watched by this guy. The opposite, I meant. But the doctor has a bag that we can use to lure people.
I'm gonna use
So for example,
as bait.
this guy
Hide and learn something.
cannot see over here. So let's throw the bag here and see what happens.
Wants to have a look. Hey. Like a moth to the flame.
This guy is attracted to it. By the way, not all guys are attracted to this. Just the low-level enemies.
See you in hell.
So, mini-bosses and even good soldiers, you will learn about those very soon. Do not get attracted to bags
Through hell.
or any other distractions for that matter. Now this guy, we could do just the same.
Let's throw out the door.
You see, he says gunman. That means he's a low-level enemy.
Won't feel a thing. Let me take care of that. It ain't personal.
Let's hide the body. Doctor, are you gonna pick up your bag? Thank you.
Hole again. Don't get in the way.
Now I think we're gonna learn about sniping. Yeah, buntline it says. That's how he calls his weapon. But it's essentially a sniper rifle.
On the cliff. I'll take them from here.
That I want to see.
Now I could avoid doing that. And there's an achievement if I avoid doing that, but I want to show you. This rifle can hit from any place on the level, right? It doesn't matter how far. If he has a line of sight, he can hit.
Line special. Custom stock. Custom rounds. This is only temporary.
Alright, now here we get into the nitty-gritty a bit. Every character has some weaknesses, right? So, for example, you can see Dr. McCoy cannot climb the vines, right? Cooper can.
We go.
My climbing days are behind me, Mr. Cooper.
Well, we'll figure something out.
So the solution is to go with one character and bring the other one up, help him.
Hope you can manage this rope ladder, Mr. McCoy.
I prefer Dr. McCoy.
I'm sure you do.
No objections here.
Alright, let's move to the next part.
So long. Bastard's probably hiding somewhere.
Now this is getting increasingly more complex. We have a lot of guys. But you can see there's a huge blind spot here. So let's use that to our advantage, maybe.
I got a few. All right. It's just fishing.
Hey, it could be worth something.
Here they come.
Not a problem. Eyes on the... No need to get bloody. I'll take eyes peeled. His friend's gonna be looking for him.
Alright, I'm gonna leave that bag because the next one is gonna come looking for it as well. And I'm probably gonna repeat the process. I'll show you a few tricks that I've learned by playing the game.
Interesting.
Like a moth to the flame.
About how you can clear enemies very fast.
Bring it on. Got it. And up.
Now see, I'm gonna use this bag for almost every enemy on this area. I'm gonna throw a coin that will make this guy turn his head, and he will see the bag.
Need some change.
Like, see, that's the trick.
Eyes on the target. I'll get close and personal. Back in. You're heavy.
I'm listening. Nothing damaged.
Alright, I like to keep my characters in the bushes whenever I save. It's a good
On my way.
thing to do, to be safe. Now this guy, yeah, we should probably throw a bag once more, why not? I don't really like the bag, but in this level, You gotta work with what you have.
It works very fast.
Like McCoy is my least used character. Unless if he's sniping somebody, then he's pretty useful.
Up we go.
He's not very fast with delivering bodies, by the way. But here's an interesting thing.
Everything in order.
Let me show you something.
Shall we?
Cooper carries the body fast, you can see, but he is standing. So if he is on the green area with the lines, somebody will see him. If Cooper does it, he goes much slower,
Let's move you out of the way.
but he's crouching, so he can't be seen. So you got strategic options here. That's what I'm getting at. This is a very, very well balanced game. Alright, let's go for the next one. What does the game want to teach me here? Let's see.
Sure thing. Let's go that guy wearing the poncho.
Ponchos, yeah, okay. So, let's read that actually, that's interesting. Ponchos do not get fooled easily, they do not leave their spots, so they do not get attracted by bags, or coins for that matter, right? And even if you manage to distract them with other characters that you will see in the next episodes, he doesn't get distracted for too long, right? So you gotta be aware of that.
Move if it ain't
So,
necessary.
he is a poncho.
You know that because...
Trust me, I know the type.
And that's what they are talking about. This is a gunman, this is a thug, which is essentially the same thing. They are both useless. And this is a poncho. So, we should try and find a tactic here. Let's see. I could go with Cooper here. Let's see where this guy goes. Can I kill him over there? Maybe I knife this guy and throw my knife at this one.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do the opposite. And now let's throw the knife to this one.
I'll get close in person.
I might be moving a bit too fast sometimes, but trust me, you'll get used to this. You can when you pause and do actions, you can do them pretty quickly, and you look like a badass as well. Now I will not bother hiding the bodies. There's no real reason to do that here. Nobody's left.
For the job.
For my first playthrough, I did this a lot. I hid everything, but it's probably a waste of time sometimes. So I'll try to do this less in this playthrough.
I smell trouble.
Let's go about this quiet.
Now, how do we deal with two guys?
Needed a walk anyway.
They are both watching forward, so that's not a problem.
Search him real.
So I'm gonna place one guy here,
Gotta love band.
one guy there. I'm trying to keep the distances equal. And let me tell you why. Because now that I pause, I will have both guys run
You won't feel it. Let's keep
each at one enemy. Right? And I want them to have probably equal distance. Well, not exactly equal distance because McCoy runs a bit slower. But anyway, I want them to have fairly close to equal distance. So this happens.
Scratch one.
Now, maybe I should hide the bodies. We'll see.
Come on. The passengers sure could use our help.
Selecting multiple characters. Yeah, that's easy. You just
time.
do a box like that. Oh, will this guy see me? Okay. Narrowly avoided that. So let's see. This guy's a poncho. He will not get attracted. This guy, though, I have an idea. First of all, this guy... Yeah, he will come to me on his own.
Need sharpening.
So let's take care of him right away. The other guys, though, they are not facing us, and I want to attract them. So, I will use a combo, as I call it. So, two skills of two characters to execute one enemy. For example, this guy could very well look here if I toss a coin to prompt him to do that. So, let's throw the bag over here.
Wants to have
Now let's see if I throw a coin. Can I make him turn his head and look at the bag?
What's that noise?
Yeah, he sees it. Now let's get a kill with a doctor maybe. Because the game is keeping score. At the end it tells you which cartel killed the most. For bragging rights, you know. Alright, 2 down. Now let's see, the other one should be fairly easy.
You better give us everything, or we're gonna search your bodies.
Now that Poncho is the only guy that worries me. I'm gonna wait for him to do one more pass. Because you can see if I knife the guy now, he will hear it.
We'll meet big hands soon.
So let's wait for him to leave. Now.
Sure thing.
Let's go.
Alright, now I'll wait for him to go there again
Especially.
and then take care of him. Because I do not want him to be close to this gunman. Otherwise, she will hear us.
Quick. Eyes on the range off. I'll take that.
Alright, now these guys should be free. Well, why aren't they leaving? Okay.
Thank you.
Nothing to it. Now, stay put.
Usually when you kill all the guards that are guarding some friendlies, they, well, just get up and leave, as they should. Alright, on to the next part of the train now.
Here goes. See, I knew you had a heart in there somewhere.
Anatomically, maybe.
Front of the train. Looks like we made it.
We still need the dynamite to clear the tunnel.
Alright, and finally the game teaches us the Yukon marker. What this is I can set any point in the map,
It's easy.
and then you see
Come on,
who
let's
looks
make
at
our
it.
way up.
Well, that's a bad example because nobody looks at this, but let's go with this one. Now you can see everybody's looking at this one, right? So that would be a bad spot to do anything. Any case, let's try and kill, well, a few enemies at a time, maybe.
Now's the time.
I'm gonna use this bush as cover to do my misdeeds.
Not a problem.
Oh, this guy is coming running. I don't have time.
Watch and learn. Bring it on. Hurry up.
Okay, hopefully nobody sees me carry this body. Well, I had to improvise a bit there. I thought I would have enough time until this guy came running, but I didn't, so I had to take a chance and use my throwing knife as well.
Okay, eh?
Now you can see this bush provides some cover. Actually, does anybody look at this guy? Maybe we could knife him right away.
Need sharpening.
Oh, this guy's gonna come around.
Down. We'll take care of the bandits.
Nope, that was bad. See, let's try that again. I'm gonna leave a few mishaps in, so you see what's happening. Let's wait for this guy to maybe do one more pass, get out of our way.
Let's make it quick.
Because I don't think anybody else looks at this guy other than this.
Not a
Now
problem.
let's wait. He will hear us now.
Here goes. Keep your heads down. We'll take care of the bandits.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now these guys can leave. Anybody watching this place? I don't think so. There's this guy. But I can use my throwing knife just as this guy is making his pass upstairs and catch him right here. It's gonna start running, I think. Yeah, but
Well, now, no need to
to no avail.
I'll take that. You're heavy.
Now let's hide the body. I don't know if I need to here, but okay. So, now, our objective actually is to blow up this rock using this dynamite, right? We need to unblock the train's path. So now that we've cleared this area a bit, I actually could clear everybody because they will come after me in the end of the mission. But this guy is watching over them, so I'm not gonna do this right now.
On my way.
Let's clear these guys out. Now this guy is annoying because he's watching over here.
Let's get going.
Although... Oh, see that? There's a rock here I could use. So I think I'm gonna go and use that instead.
That big rock there is looking like it wants to fall.
So let's wait for this guy to go back here. And then I'll throw the rock on all three of those guys. This guy and these two. Bear in mind, this guy should not see me do anything bad.
Ain't no use hiding it from me, honey. My man will find it.
Not hiding anything.
Yeah, and we got a badge. Nice. And as I told you, this is an accident. So anybody sees that, he's gonna think, yeah, these guys were just unlucky. Not that I had to do anything with that.
Come on.
Whoops. Yeah, that was a mistake, sorry.
Okay. Let's go.
The good thing is you can reload pretty quickly. Now, this guy is not helping me.
Tell me, or I will shoot you in the face.
Let's wait for him to go. Is he gonna go? He is not gonna go, is he? So probably I should go around this guy. Try and sneak behind him. That is not usually possible, by the way. Let's see if anybody watches him. Yeah, this guy... almost, but he doesn't really see him.
Come on.
I got you!
That was idiotic on my part.
It's the trap. All right.
The hell?
Wow, that took a bit. Alright, so... I could run around him, maybe. Okay, that does it. Now, can I knife him without the other guy seeing me? Let's see.
Where?
Let's get going. Okay.
He almost saw me, one of them. And you can see, when they see you, it starts getting yellow, the viewing cone, and it reaches you slowly. And when it does reach you, it gets red and you are being spotted. And an alarm will sound.
Ain't no
Alright, now let's kill the other guy, maybe.
Well,
man will find
eyes on the chip. Someone's about to lose a few teeth. Back in business.
Yeah, just getting my knife.
Here goes.
Alright, so now how should we proceed? Probably this way. Well, the other guy will see me though.
which wagon?
Okay.
Tell me.
I'm gonna wait. That's a trick that many people don't know. You can wait middle point on a ladder. That's a good one. That also works in the Commander series, by the way. That's why I do it so often. And now he's done.
No need to get bloody. I'll take it.
Can anybody see here?
Shit. Tell me where they
I
put
could hide him here.
I don't know.
Hey, you!
Or not.
Okay, then.
Let's try that again. Actually, could I?
Hey,
No, I can't. Let's wait for him to make one more pass. And then probably I'm just gonna leave the body there. Doesn't really matter. You just have to be careful when using distractions, not to have the enemies look at their
Here goes.
dead friends, right?
Bloody.
We don't want that.
Got it.
Alright, so now it gets complex. These guys are all watching each other. He's a poncho, he's a poncho, he is a gunman though. I don't know if I could take advantage of this, I don't think so. These guys are not watching him though, that's good.
Hurry up.
That means we can knife him.
Who needs a good killing? I'll get close and personal.
Alright, and we can climb these vines to retrieve our knife.
All right. Back in business.
I could probably hide this body in the door. Let me show you. You can do that.
Shall we?
And now this is a man job because we need to kill these guys at the same time. So let's bring up the good doctor.
Let me take care of that.
Oh, we actually haven't killed this guy?
It works very fast.
Okay, let's do that.
It ain't personal.
I also haven't killed these guys.
Keep your heads down.
I'm leaving a lot of loose ends here.
Thank you so much.
Actually, will they hear me? Yeah, they will.
I gotta...
Tell me where they put the safe.
I could bring Cooper here and kill them together, but let's do that later.
Let's keep moving. All right, I'll follow.
I know the DeWitt Company has that money on this train.
Alright, so
Where
now
is
this
it?
guy is an annoyance because he can see us. I'll wait for him to make another round.
Let's see.
Place my guys as close as possible to their targets. Remember, kind of equal distance though, because I want them to run at the same time.
Ain't no use hiding it from me, honey.
And then we'll use Showdown mode to kill both of these guys at the same time. And this is actually not a very big deal. Let's wait for him to get a bit away. Is he far enough now?
Make it quick.
You can still hear. Okay. Now it should be okay. Because in the latter levels, man, am I gonna kill about... I've even killed 6 or 7 guys at the same time. You'll see it. It gets insane. Alright, so now, Showdown. Let's save. Always good.
Come on.
Knife this guy
Not sure I trust the... Who needs
and syringe this guy at the same time.
Safe. Which
Again, Showdown mode, because I want to hide the bodies.
shoot you.
Hide this body there. Hide this body here. By the way, these guys are not moving that fast. I'm just pressing X, which speeds up time. That's a very nifty feature, by the way, in these kinds of games. Now, this guy, I don't think anybody's watching him anymore.
Watching.
Yeah, let's just take care of him.
Company shit. Tell me where they put the safes.
Someone's about to lose a few teeth. Back in business.
Now, I think there's an achievement if I can save the civilian, which is not very easy to do, by the way.
I know
I'm gonna try it.
has that money on this train. Where?
Now I have to punch this guy, though.
On my way.
I think that's the only way you can save the civilian.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm not gonna let him leave, by the way. Yeah, see? Save all civilians. Let's actually kill this guy because he might come back to hunt us. And now we have reached almost our objective.
Someone call for a doctor?
By the way, before we do that, though... No, you know what? I'm gonna blow these guys with dynamite. Why not? Let's see what the game wants to teach us first. Alright, so clear the tunnel. You can pick up dynamite, aim, and throw. Pretty basic stuff. So actually, let's see. Who's gonna throw the dynamite? We could have the doctor snipe.
What's up?
Because he is a sniper. How many bullets does he have? 5. Wow. He's gonna have a field day. Alright. Let's save.
With the fuse. Better throw it fast.
And let's drop it here. Hopefully that will blow everybody up.
See you later.
Get some backup here.
Nice. It didn't blow up the tunnel though, but that's okay. We'll get that later. Now everybody is coming to chase us. And we will have to be careful about that. Let's see. Actually, Cooper, get some more dynamite
Fuse is late.
and throw it over here.
Head south.
Nice. Oh, and you can see lots of guys coming. Now, let's get another dynamite stick.
Gotta get rid of it fast.
And let's see. Let's aim it over here. Maybe a bit closer.
Coming up.
Nice. I think I can save safely. Now, did we kill everybody? Well, there are a few guys remaining. Can I get them with dynamite?
Not a problem.
That would be interesting. Let's see. Oh, I actually can? Wow. Okay, goodbye, guys.
See you later.
Wow, what a massacre. And actually, I should clear the tunnel, because I didn't do that.
Heads up.
There you go. Mission accomplished. Oh, more enemies. Okay. Okay, I don't mind. Come on, guys. Alright. Let's take one more dynamite stick.
Fuse is lit.
And throw it, maybe... Oh man, the game doesn't help me. Let's throw it here.
Coming up. All right. Let's find a safe spot to meet up.
Nice. And we also got a badge there.
Can handle that thing. Thank you. I smell trouble.
Alright, I think nobody's left alive, so we can run unobstructed now and end the mission.
Guess you made the DeWitt Company happy today. How much do you get for a job like this?
Hope you're not expecting a cut.
Relax. I got what I need.
You're changing rides?
Gotta make good on time. Like I said, I got an appointment I'd like to keep.
Suit yourself.
It wasn't half bad working with you, McCoy.
Sure. If you need a professional, you know who to send for. Good day, Mr. Cooper.
Good day, Mr. McCoy. We're gonna be seeing a lot of you. Alright, and now I'll show you a cool feature of the game. First of all, we get, of course, the badges, which I got all of them. Yeah, this was an easy mission, by the way. And that's what I'm going for, though. Complete the mission on hard difficulty. And look at this now. The game shows you in map mode how you completed the mission. Like, you can see you shot this guy, you syringed this one, you used the bag, you used the sniper rifle and things like that. And this is awesome. And it keeps stats up here, how many times you saved, loaded, how many kills everybody gets. And you probably are gonna see Mr. McCoy lagging quite behind because I don't use him a lot. He's not my preferred character. But anyway, this is nice. You can show this to a friend. Tell him, look, this is how I did it. Maybe if you're having trouble, this is how you can do it. Or maybe you did it in a very fast time and you want to show off. In any case, a very nice feature. I think every strategy game should have this one. Alright, and that's to the end. Now a statistics screen, you can see what we did, what we used. Man, a lot of dynamite. Oh, we actually left 2 enemies living? Oh yeah, I know. The guys at the start of the stage. Okay. Alright, so that completes the mission. Hope you liked what you saw, guys. This is a very, very nice game. I'm gonna playing it in its entirety on hard mode. So be sure to tune in back for the next video for that. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I'll catch you in the next time. Bye bye.